Always great talking to my next guest, who's got a huge fight coming up here at UFC 252. He's going to be taking on Sean O'Malley in the co-main event. Chito Vera back here on the program. Chito, how are you, man?
All good, bro. Feeling good, and about time to go. It's pretty much 10 days tomorrow, so feeling great, ready to go.
How excited were you to get this fight? A lot of guys want to fight Sean O'Malley. You finally got this matchup.
I'm just excited about competing. I'm excited about have a fight lineup. I'm not too picky. I'm not a chaser of nothing or no one. So the only goal is win fights and get to the title shot.
Yeah, doesn't matter about the opponent. We know you'll fight anyone, any weight class. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter. But there's got to be a little bit more excitement knowing you're fighting O'Malley, because there's a lot of hype behind him, and you're the guy, who's gets to, check that out and test it out. Is there sort of an excitement from that perspective because he's undefeated?
Yeah, well, that might be the only thing. Give him the first loss, but that's about it. The hype he had, whatever. I don't really care about that. I'm not really thinking on that. I'm thinking on myself, preparing, be ready, and make sure to cover every single aspect of fighting to be ready and go and fuck him up. That's about it.
How do you look at this matchup from a style perspective in terms of how you guys match up against each other?
It's a great matchup. Different styles in the striking. We both likes to fight, likes to put on a show, so I go from there, and then the fight is starting to stand up, so we're gonna start there. But sometimes the fight takes different routes. I'm prepared in the three areas, stand up, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. So I feel good. I'm really feeling good. So that's why I don't feel I gotta hype it too much, because it's already hyped the fight. So in my arms, everything's prepared and put in a show Saturday night, and that's what I'm gonna do.
You dyed his hair and things like that leading into the fight. Does that bother you, or is that something you think makes the fight more interesting? Like, what do you think of those types of antics? Because you're not really like that.
Honestly, in all this quarantine, I dyed my hair like at least 15 different colors. Just, I was bored at home with my wife. Every time I was training and then I was recording some videos, let's try green, let's try pink, let's try red, let's try blue. So I had fun doing it, and I think I'm one of the first ones doing it in this quarantine, because we got Chris leaving and many guys back in the day. But I just like to fuck around. I get bored of things. I change my haircut. If you can see my fights, every single fight have a different haircut. Now I'm dying for fun. But getting back to him, I really don't give two fucks what my opponent is doing. Why do we get mad because my opponent dyes his hair or he's talking shit? I'm like, it's good for you. We are free to do whatever the fuck we want. So there's only one time we can, match up and compete, and that's Saturday night, and it's still there for me. I'm willing to die in order to achieve my dreams.
Does it mean anything more getting to fight in the co-main event of a pay-per-view, or do you just treat this like any other fight? Like, does it pump you up a little bit more knowing that the spotlight's going to be on you?
It's hard. It's big. It's gets me hard. It makes me go hard. It make me feel sharper. But at the end of the day, you gotta prepare for this your entire career. You start being the first couple fights in the fight card, and then when you start winning, you're gonna get there. So I've been visualizing moments like these, big moments, because now's when you gotta show up. The bigger the fight gets, the bigger you gotta get. So you better be ready, and I'm pretty ready.
He's sort of known for finishing his opponents. I know the first couple of fights in the UFC, they went the distance, but he finished his last two. You're a durable guy. I mean, you're very tough to finish. All your fights end up being wars for the most part. Do you think that's going to serve you well in this fight, just knowing how durable you are?
I just feel my dedication, my hard work, my heart is what serves me in any fight. I know how to scrap, and I know how to fight smart. So I will feel the fight. I will see what's in there. And make it simple, don't get hurt and hurt the guy.
Who have been some of your main training partners for this camp?
We have three, 6'1", 6'3" guys. So they've been helping me. One is a Glory kickboxer. The other one is Fernando Padilla, a 45er.
Yeah, I know him. Fought for LFA. Quite a talented kid.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking annoying training with those big fuckers, because they're just not tall. They're bigger than me. They weigh more. So it's been fun, It's been fun to prepare for a specific guy, specific matchups, and I make sure I was training with the right people, black belts in the ground, like high level wrestlers, like my buddy Alex, taking me to some deep classes, making sure I was prepared in that area. Also have my wrestling coach, Daryl Christian. He's a great Greco-Roman guy. And then the team is strong, I got Jason Perillo, I got Colin Oyama. And then a couple months ago, I added Giva Santana to my game, which I believe is one of the best black belts in the world. So we've been training for, pretty amount good time now. So it's good leading to this fight. So I'm prepared, dude. Like when I do not have a fight, I'm doing like crazy runs. I'm doing like mountain biking. I'm doing like these crazy conditioning things just to don't get bored. Because when I don't have a fight, I'm losing my head. I'm like, what I do. So I just get like in crazy shape. And then once you get the fight, I dial in, my conditioning coach, Cody Beasley, make sure like things are like step by step. I like to treat fighting like a career. I try to do Monday through Friday, Monday to Saturday, something that's gonna get me better for the next fight. I just don't go through the motions and go for a sweat. I don't do that anymore. I always do things that are gonna make me win the fight.
Excellent. On that same note, who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
I had Jason Perillo, Colin Oyama, and Giva Santana.
How's this fight playing out on the 15th? I think this has got fight of the night written all over it.
Yeah, I'm looking for some performance of the night after I whoop this guy. But if it's fight of the night, I'm down for a scrap and get a little extra. At the end of the day, I don't really care about bonuses. I care about the win. You don't chase the bonuses, you don't chase the finishes, you just chase the win, and then shit happen, and you get sometimes a lot.
I talked about it there. This is a co-main event. You're fighting Sean O'Malley. You'll fight anyone. We've discussed this, I don't know how many times in interviews, that you're ready to fight anyone. But this is a pretty big fight. If you defeat Sean O'Malley and you hand him his first loss, where do you think that puts you? Because I think a lot of people felt like you won your last fight. So realistically, you could be on a winning streak going into this. And I'm sure that would put you nicely situated in the bantamweight division.
Yeah, that would put me top 10, top 5, The hype of this guy is so big that, a win over me that I'm not in the rankings are going to move him up no matter what, which that's how the game works, and you got to know how to play the game. I beat this guy. I jumped all those guys in the top 15 and most of them in the top 10 because, honestly, most of them don't sell shit. You got to sell too. This is the sport wear, so you got to put on a show, but you also got to have a personality, and I got both of those things. So I beat this guy, and then I moved heavy forward.
You have a lot of support back home in Ecuador. I know a lot of fans are always messaging you and supporting you and everything. Have you noticed that's been a little bit bigger for this fight just because it's O'Malley you're fighting?
Yeah, it's been getting really big lately. Even before the O'Malley fight, even with the Sonja Don fight, they were like, "Wow, you showed something." Because people forget about things. They were kissing Sonja Don ass too before, like just like O'Malley. They were like, "Oh, this guy hits hard." I'm like, fuck. Like, yeah, he hits hard, but. Yeah, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna punch him in the face too. That's one thing about me. I won't get shy or smaller than anybody just because they have fight. I don't even see that. So I'm just like, you're big. I'm gonna show you I'm bigger than you. So, they were saying the kid is special. This, that. That kid broke like a little bitch that fight. So, and I did that. So same thing with O'Malley. I don't pay attention to those things. Why? Because if you pay attention to those things, then you're fucked. You're like overthinking. Oh, this and that. I'm like. The only thing I'm thinking, I wake up with a mission every morning, and that's work harder than the day before. And when I'm, overtrained, I rest, I recover. I don't fucked up like that.
I know the focus is on August 15th, but I did read something online that the Korean Zombie was looking to maybe work with you for his upcoming fight or something like part of his training camp. Is that true at all? Because I know you guys have the same manager.
I got to talk to Jason about that because you're the second person that told me that. So I will ask what's going on, but I'm sure that's good work. Why not?
Yeah.
I got to put some headgear on because I got hit hard.
Yes, no, for sure. What does that mean, though, to have a guy like Korean Zombie who's like really close to a title shot wanting to work with you and recognizing how good you are? That must feel pretty good.
Well, Connor brought that out, big, recognized big, real, recognized real. So there you
go.
That's big. And in those training camps, you get the best of those guys. So you learn, you get experience, and yeah, it's the business of fighting. I'm also cool with Ortega. He helped me actually sparring for my last fight with Zedong.
Oh, did he? Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, of course he take it easy because he's a bigger guy, but he gave me a good move. He gave me good looks, and that would be a little tough, but again, like, it's business. Whoever, I'm guessing, whoever need helps, But I don't personally know the zombie, so I gotta talk to Jason about it.
Yeah, get it all
But
squared up just to make sure. Yeah, what the real
yeah,
deal is.
I don't trip talking over those things. At the end of the day, I'm not like best friends with either of them. I like they fight well. I feel I'm a little closer to Ortega, but he's in LA. I'm in Costa Mesa.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. If you were to go train with him because of your, the fact that you've worked with Ortega before, would you give him the heads up being like, hey, look, I've been asked to go do the training camp. Would you give him that heads up just with how close you guys are?
Yeah, yeah. I go off honor. I got coach in my life. I'm not a person that I train with you and they might give my back and go tell other people. Like,
Right.
same thing with Villager. He opens the doors of his gyms for me. And a lot of people ask me something like, hey, you getting big, blah, blah, you're gonna fight him. I'm like, I won't fight him. Like, why am I gonna fight somebody that helped me, that give me a hand one day. So I got coach and honor. I just don't, you get something for you and they might bite you. I don't do that shit.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, in the meantime, we're looking forward to this fight, August 15th, UFC 252. Chito, always appreciate the time, man. This was great getting a chance to catch up with you. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Chito Vera UFC, and that's it on everywhere. And thanks for all the people that support me. I don't like to mention the sponsors because right now I'm gonna mention couple and I'm gonna piss couple because I'm a fighter and we get punched in the head. But check my social media, you will see all my sponsors there.